Welcome back, gamers, to EPIC44, powered by Intel. We are moments away from getting ourselves into the upper bracket semi-final. And joining me today is none other than One Wing. It's a pleasure to have you with me here,
yeah,
man.
it's a pleasure. First time casting together, so it's going to be a
Yeah,
very
man,
fun
it's
one.
going to be an inaugural little cast for us. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
And nice to see that we've dressed quite similar.
Oh, yeah,
so.
we understood the assignment. Literally didn't even need to prep this one out. Fully just sharing the same brain cell. Nice little tropical vibes here. As we seem to get ourselves into the cool team, which is Alaska, taking on Belfast Storm.
Yeah.
Alaska have been on an absolute tear this event. They went 7-0 in the group stage, and they are looking very strong and poised to keep on going. They'll be taking on Belfast Storm, who have been 6-1 in the group stage. And for my money, there seems to be some really cool talent on both of these rosters. You know, we've got Artists, we've got Vacancy on the Alaska side, and we have Stop It and Dexy and Nem, some of the old school CS boys on there as well. What are your thoughts going into this game?
Yeah, obviously we didn't really cover any Alaska yesterday, just because we sort of assumed that, being the absolute favourites that they were just going to sweep the group, and that was the case. But we finally got into them, and we think it's going to be a good one. Obviously, both of these teams met in the UKIC Season 4 final, and it was an absolute banger of a series in that one. Both teams stealing each other's map picks away from them, and a triple overtime on Inferno to close it out. Alaska did emerge victorious on that day. Belfast, maybe not hoping to repeat that situation, coming away with the dub on this occasion. But against the number 1 seed, it is going to be a very tough one for them.
No, 100%. Like you said, back and forth, triple overtime as well in UKIC. That tells me we're in for a very exciting match, ladies and gentlemen. I do just want to talk about the Alaska side for just a second, because there is a lot of decorated players on that team, especially Artist, who back in 2021 won his first ever Epic LAN 34 under the name of Coalesce. It was a very ceremonious occasion, and my boy Canny as well getting his victory as a manager. More recently, we've seen Artist finish UKIC Div 1 Season 4 victorious as well. And back in the day in CSGO, for the last ever CSGO Major, we saw them go to the Blast Paris Major and find themselves in the major qualifiers under the name of Viperio, with other named UK talent such as Gizmy. For Vacancy as well, on the Alaska side, originally from Sprout Academy, and Tree60 as well found himself in Gamer Legion Academy. So Artist has found himself with some very, very talented young players. It'll be interesting to see what they get up to in today's game.
Yeah, I think the addition of Tree is going to be a very fun one to watch. It's the results for them have been going in the right direction. They're slowly climbing their way up the Valve rankings. And it is a slight change from that UKIC final that we mentioned. Obviously, in that game, they had Leaf standing in for them for the final, and Tree coming in. I respect Leaf as a player. I've played against him. I know how good he is. I still think Tree's an upgrade, to be perfectly honest. I think he is a real talent with a lot of potential in the scene.
So do I, man. Still young in his career, and as well, Endpoint giving himself a nice little cheeky content piece as well, which you can check out on YouTube. 100%. Tree60 is the guy to look out for in today's game. But what about Belfast Storm? Well, like we said, we have some of the old school guys like Nem and Dexy, but there's one other person who is a part of this org that needs mentioning. It is none other than their coach, Grimmy Ranard, the caster, podcaster, article writer for UK CSGO, and now he's a coach, a manager. What can't this guy do,
A
man?
man of so many talents. If he weren't such a nice guy, you'd be so envious of him. Just how talented he is with so many different feathers in his cap.
I mean, what can I say, man? He does it with style and grace, and he literally makes his name all over the place at esports. So I got nothing but respect for that, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and standing behind Belfast, he will be hoping for a good result today. I mean, but like we said, number 1 seeds against. I'd say Belfast was slightly underseeded in this tournament, so maybe not having the easiest draws, so may just be a slight effect on their record, but. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying this could have been a final, and it still potentially could.
Yeah, we are looking at a very exciting match, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially the grand final match. Maybe we'll get a repeat of it on Sunday. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see what happens here at this upper bracket semi-final. Anyway, what else is there for us to say? We are going to get underway into this match very, very soon. But I do want to just start, though, about some of the other upset matches we've had in this Epic LAN tournament. RKB making themselves to top 12 at the upper bracket as well. They found themselves in a very good spot, taking down Adept. And yeah, we've seen some other interesting matches happening so far this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of teams overperforming expectations, and also crucially some teams underperforming expectations. Ray, the 12th seed, going out, not even making playoffs at all. That was somewhat of a big shock, I'd say. And yeah, there have been a lot of lower seeded teams that have really caused a problem for some of the bigger boys.
Yes, anything could happen here at Epic LAN. We've definitely seen some of that this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Some of the other names out there like Stratbase and the Bin Men not able to make it into the top 16 here, and that is all we are currently left with. Just 16 teams remaining here at this tournament.
Yeah, indeed. And obviously, upper bracket semi-final. I think if we do have a look at the bracket, there is also the other semi-final going on at the same time. Winner of this will face the winner of Antarctica and 8 Sins. So even if you win this game, you're not in for an easy time.
Oh no, definitely not. Even once you've got this game wrapped up, you've still got some interesting and decorated teams to try and fight your way through, though. I've got to give it to Viperio Academy. They had a fun game last and found themselves making the upset run, and now they are going to keep on their run in the lower bracket. Interesting stuff, man.
Yeah, having a quick chat with Sheep after that game, he couldn't believe what he was watching. Shane went absolutely nuclear on Mirage and had multiple insane multi-kill rounds, not just on that, but on Train as well. And that's a really interesting one. At the start of the second map, I went out and had a look at the Viperio Academy boys. They looked slightly defeated. They looked like they'd given up, but they were able to claw their way back into it and take the series, and as we say, probably an upset.
Yeah,
in most metrics.
Definitely a good sign as well for such a new and up-and-coming roster as well. Having the mental fortitude and the tenacity to try and bring things back, even if things were looking bleak. Definitely some interesting things happening ahead for them at this tournament.
Yeah, and not only is it Viperio Academy in the lower bracket, we've also got the likes of TLR, a very strong team, another scary potential opponent for the loser of this bracket.
Yeah, Fraser always good for a couple of good games and deep runs here. But that's enough yapping for now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to find ourselves into this game. Who's ready for it? It's Alaska versus Belfast Storm. The map veto's coming in now. We're going to start things off on Ancient and then Nuke, finishing us off on Inferno.
Yeah, two of these 3 maps played in the UKIC final. Obviously, Inferno was the decider on that occasion with that triple overtime. Nuke was picked into by Alaska at that point, and they have picked it again. But crucially, Belfast Storm won that map. The other Ancient, a bit of a change. Previously, it was Dust 2, so a little bit of a curveball in this series, a slight change, and yeah, Belfast obviously feeling confident on that potential exploitation of some of Alaska's setups.
No, we do like a bit of Ancient, though. It's definitely one of the more welcomed additions to some of the newer maps that have been coming into the pool as well. We all love a little bit of a B rush as well. There's some fun angles to be had around Cheetah and the middle position as well. Get yourself an AWPer posted up on red. Got those 2 angles to watch. Plenty of fun to be had on there as well. First time for me as well. I'll be casting Nuke at this event, so hopefully the verticality not going to throw any curveballs this way.
I've been waiting so long to cast a Nuke. I love Nuke. Nuke's my favourite map. I make no secret about that. So I've only casted 1 in my career so far. So I'm looking forward to that one. I really am.
Yep. So nice you had to do it twice. Back in the day, obviously in 2015, we still had the rafters up on the outside position. We've seen so many changes to Nuke, historically a very CT-sided map. Now that CS2 has found itself with aggressive peeking and more of a T-sided standing game, it'll be interesting to see how that sort of plays its balance into Nuke.
Yeah, we have definitely seen the fading idea of those CT-sided maps. Like Nuke is very much a much more even map. Inferno is a much more even map. And we have seen the rise of the T-sided maps, Anubis as well, being, in most recent days, the most T-sided map. But maybe Train giving that a bit of competition. We have seen a lot of T-side success on that map as well. So it is part of CS2. The T-side is a lot more exciting. And I think MR12 maybe having an impact on that. The CT economy a bit more precarious.
Yeah, definitely. I got to give it. When we switched over to CS2, I was not a big fan of MR12. I was thinking to myself, okay, well, we've had a formula that's worked for so long now. Why change it? And well, there are a lot of reasons for that. Actually, we saw towards the end of CS:GO how the game's sort of lasting out, all of the timeouts, all of the overtimes, and so I think MR12 has been a welcome addition just to keep things fresh and to bring us into the modern time of things.
And personally, I think it makes for a more fun viewing experience. Playing wise, it can be a little bit more frustrating because if you do, it puts a lot more emphasis on that pistol round and those 2 follow-up rounds in particular. So if you lose those 3, you're in for an uphill battle for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, 100%. Makes for more exciting games, though, I find, because where you have less rounds to potentially lose if you're on a losing side, you have to make each and every one of your rounds count more now. And it makes for some more interesting games.
Yes, indeed. And I think it also benefits some maps more than others. I think on a map, a very puggy map like an Ancient or a Mirage, it allows for those aggressive players to come in. You can exploit with pistol strategies. Whereas on a map similar, like Inferno maybe, the retake meta is very, very tough and it does lead to some more saves.
Yeah, 100%. I know historically Inferno has always been a difficult map to retake for the CTs. Always one of the highest save percentages as well, especially if you're a CT. But no, especially on Ancient as well, if you are a underdog team, I've always found that it plays into your favour that there is left rounds for you to try and, maybe a couple less to fluke, and you might find yourself with the upset going into that one. Yes,
indeed. We should be getting into the game relatively shortly, just waiting for the players to reconnect to the server. So, let's get a bit of a prediction going. What do you think the result for this game is going to be?
I think you already know what you think my result is.
You're going to say Alaska, aren't you?
Well, I made it very clear in my UK CSGO piece about how Alaska has the tenure and the pedigree to win this event. So I feel like this is going to be a very convincing side. But I still give Belfast Storm they will still give us the chance to have an exciting game today.
Yeah, I think Alaska, they've been here before, they've done it all before, they've won it all before. And I too had them as the favourite in that UK CS piece. But I feel like if anyone can, it's Belfast Storm.
Yeah, I definitely had them down as well as being a potential, upset team, to especially make a deep run as well.
I almost put them down as my underdog team. But then I realised it's not really an underdog. Belfast Storm is a very strong team, and I think everyone knows that. So I went with someone a bit more off the beaten track as my underdog pick, but Belfast Storm, I think, definitely in contention.
No. 100%. Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ourselves into this game. Who's ready for it? We have got Belfast Storm starting us off on the T side. Let's see what kind of utility they've got. Just the single smoke on Finui, and them as well with a flashbang. Let's see what their plan is going into this one.
Yeah, interesting to see a Molotov brought in for the CT side. That is in the possession of Extinct for this pistol round, and he is taking up a position towards that B side, the current solo defender. But this A hit coming in right now. Vacancy deleted immediately by Dexy. But Gerard chiming in from the headshot box, and that's the support of Tree and Artist as well.
Stellar defense from Alaska now, starting us off on this pistol round. Just Finui left alive. Can he make it work? No, he can't. Extinct with the dualies takes him down, and Alaska mark up their first round in this BO3.
Yeah, an A-rush coming in on the pistol round. Not something I personally am a big fan of. I think rushing into A, if there's a player located in Donut, he gets the information really early. But Belfast able to get the initial entry, but the trades coming in from Alaska dictating that round and leaving it all on Finui is very much too much for him to handle in that situation.
Positioning definitely favouring Alaska as well. They were ready for that push. They had a single player towards B with the Molotov to stop any aggression. It looks as though they've been doing their homework here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll have to see if that pays dividends going into this round.
Yeah.
Pistol rounds now for Belfast Storm, and they'll be playing this one rather slow.
Yeah, Artist looking like he wants to go hunting, trying to fight inside the doors. Has 2 pistols to deal with, but deals with it expertly. Vacancy chiming in with a little bit before. And Artist, he's still going hunting. He wants to paint the map with the blood of Belfast Storm right now.
Artist looking to make some bank on this map. He wants some dollar. And 360 going to finish it off as well with these MP9s. Great stuff from them.
Yeah, only one going down for the side of Alaska allows that bank balance to swell a little bit. M4 is being dropped over to Extinct. And while the AK is coming out for the T side, first proper gun round of the game now. This is where Belfast need to make a bit more of an impact.
Yep, 100%. This is their round to try and swing things back in their favour. Maybe try and use some of their set tactics and some of their strats to their advantage. This is the moment they've been waiting for. Grimmy Renard's going to have to try and pull out the stops to try and help his team take this one in this round.
Yeah, we do see heavy presence towards A main from the T side here. Giraffe is ready and waiting and does have Tree 60 in close support should this execute come in.
Giraffe has to be ready for this one. You've got 4 Ts waiting on the other side for you. A slow take from Belfast Torm just to try and eye things up. First bit of util thrown and the push is on. Giraffe finding not able to find a mark there. Gets one, stopping able to trade out 360 there.
Yeah, and Giraffe locked out of the side by the smoke, and Dexy cutting off the donut rotate off from Extinct. Numbers in favour of Belfast Storm. Spams being exchanged. Stop it taken very low.
A very good take nonetheless from Belfast Storm. Just simple bit of util, makes themselves into the site. Artist though.
Flank. Brilliant.
And then patiently waiting for the CT play. But Finui's on the flank. He's got him banged to right. Giraffe goes down. Just Dexy and Finui to try and take on Artist. He's got it all to do.
Dexy, the low HP player, and it's not planted for CT. If Artist is able to get this kill, but it's just the timing's just fading away. He does eventually take down Finui, but it's not going to be enough. Belfast Storm posting the first round on this T side.
Excellent stuff from them. Artist as well going down to the bomb. Yeah, lovely stuff from them.
Every player going down in that round means that the economy for both teams is going to be in a bit of a rough shape. We do see the AWP being wielded by Artist for this round, but Giraffe and Extinct down to pistols.
I've got a fun little factoid for you. I had the pleasure of playing against Artist in some of the old Epic Land group stages, and his AWP is actually renamed with a name tag to the M40A3, which is the sniper rifle of choice for all of you Call of Duty 4 players out there.
Oh, I miss those old Call of Duty lobbies.
Oh, 100%, man. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Captain Price, Soak McTavish. They were good times, man.
I'd say that's what got me into shooters, but also the community, looking back at it, it probably shapes my humour in not a great way.
No, you had to have been there for the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies and the obscene amount of profanity being shown on display.
I think I heard every slur under the sun in those games.
I'm pretty sure I heard like 15 people tell me that their dad is Bill Gates and he's going to like turn off my Xbox Live subscription if I don't, you know, get some kills on this game.
Anyway, the B execute coming in now. Extinct 5-7 doesn't ring out with any kills, but Vacancy chiming in with the reply, and Artist keeping it within reach. 3 versus 3. Giraffe looking like he wants to push through the short smoke. Could have caught Finley on the timing, but Stoppy covering from the short smoke.
Down to just Tree 60. He's going to try and march his way into this site. Now needs to try and clear Cubby. Stop it, going to take him down though. Just Artist left in a 2v1. Thinks better of it though. It's Jame time for Artist. Wants to save the AWP. And Belfast Storm taking on another round. Good stuff from them.
Yeah, it does look like he will be allowed to save, and I think that's crucial. Not only do you get this hero warp into the next round, but you prevent it from falling into the hands of Belfast Storm. So if they do want to take that leap and pick up their own AWP, they will have to invest into it.
Yeah. Belfast Storm is still looking to play relatively slow rounds and build into a deep execute here, and it seems to be working for them. Artist now the only player with an AWP. Now, if I was him, I'd be thinking to myself, right, I need to try and get myself into maybe like a red position or maybe into donut, because you want to have the AWP readily available to one of your teammates in case you go down. Be interesting to see what his methodology is here as the IGL for Alaska.
Yeah, and we do see a heavy stack towards the A site from the C2s. Giraffe going through Red Room alone. It doesn't look to be a donut stack, but the T's looking like they want to crawl up towards this B site.
This is some old school Envious on cobblestone things here, just coin flipping a bomb site. You've got low pistols anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you lose this round. You're better off trying to just, you know, stick to one bomb site, and then if you lose it, hey ho. But CTs know the jig is up. They need to try and march their way towards the A site. They want any chance of getting some exit frags here. Artist looking pretty still with that AWP.
Yeah, Artist I don't think is going to even have a look into this. I think let the pistols hunt for some kills, maybe take away a couple of rifles, maybe save a couple into the next. And but that AWP does in fact go up to shelf and does find the opening onto Devi. That is a weapon potentially recoverable, but is being covered by Nem from the ramp. He's a player waiting outside the doors as soon as this smoke fades. But he looks like he's ready for it. Yeah, still going hunting. Can't quite take down Tree, but does in the end. The double kill, he is able to escape. Artist AWP does take down Dexy. Little bit of financial damage there for Belfast Storm, but the most crucial part of that is the AWP is still up for Alaska.
Yeah, definitely important. Artist keeps that into this game, and as well a couple of players taken down. Nice little bit of economy damage for Alaska. That'll definitely help them into this next round.
Yeah, we do see the M4s coming back out here for the CT side. A little bit light on utility on the likes of Extinct. She's favouring the rifle firepower over the utility.
Nice little elbow smoke from Artist there, a little bit of EU utility. Dexy going to answer right back with the smoker zone. Looks like it's going to cover off the...
Yeah, flash is coming out, so the team can exit from elbow. Devi does get the opening onto Tree, but Giraffe in great position to trade. The smoke spam from Nem is the reply. Missed shot from Artist is able to fall away into the donut.
Extinct is going to go looking. No, what have you got for us? Still being covered off by this smoke. He retains position of mid, and this is very important for Alaska since Artist fell off a bit earlier. Extinct still now in control of this position. And the T's now thinking, right lads, well we've lost mid, we've lost lane, what's the play now? Look, they're umming and ahhing about going for an A push, but the Alaska side has left A completely undefended. I think Artist has realised, oh hang on a minute, we haven't got anyone on A, let's go back.
Vacancy over with him as well. Potentially thinking about this A execute. Meanwhile, the mid crawl coming in, they could divert to either side. It all depends on whether Nem activates sooner and gets the information of two players on A.
Oh, this is crucial now for Extinct. Not able to see any info now, and Vacancy's in for a big awakening. 3 players await him. He finds the first. Vacancy picking up position, able to get the second, stop it to trade. Artist knows what's up, tries to find this player going into the
but he's already been caught out by Nem inside Brokey. Or Artist falling and leaving it all on Extinct. Sees the bomb plant, gets the player off it with the little spam. AWP in the hands of Nem. Taken down to a 1 versus 1 now, and Extinct with a 2K to finish it off. Alaska tying it up again.
Very smart plays from Extinct there to try and bait out the AWP shot and then focus back onto the planter. That is the play of a true seasoned player of the game. Lovely stuff to see from him. And now we go 3-3 in this BO1.
Yeah, 1 player alive for the side of Alaska means there are some concessions. 360 operating with an MP9, Vacancy for mash, but it is 3 Sec 9s on the T side. Full investment here for Belfast Armour. They are playing it fast, taking the A side completely undefended. It is only Tree inside donut, locked out now by that smoke.
Alaska caught with their pants down. They simply just gave them that bomb site on a silver platter. It's now a 5v5 retake to try and force their way back into this game. Stoppit's taken a forced up position into the temple area. He's got 2 players to defend the center.
Turning away from the flash and taking down Extinct, and he is ready for the vacancy. Dexy looking through the smoke with the Tech 9, and all the kills going in favour of Belfast Storm.
No shame in that at all, Wing. A lot of things happening there in that round. MP9's going all around. Tech 9's getting used in the cave position, sorry.
Yeah, all those kills coming in so quickly for Belfast Storm. I couldn't keep up.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It certainly took Alaska by storm as well. They were not ready for that A push whatsoever.
No, and now they are down to just pistols. Once again, we are seeing a bit of a gamble stack coming out here from Alaska. 4 players towards this B site now.
Yeah, playing it similar to before, just, coin flipping the bomb sites. You leave 1 player on A just for the information.
Yeah, and Extinct catching Nem with his pants down there. Debbie is able to trade it out and somewhat splay his Orpus blushes.
Artist now sneaked up in the cubby. Just going to try and play this position and see if he gets cleared. Belfast Storm losing a player, and now they're a little bit cautious, thinking, all right, boys, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. vacancy, just doing a little bit of peeking towards Cheetah.
Yeah, being aware it is just going to be pistols here for Alaska. They don't really want to take any unnecessary risk, but if the longer they take, the more this flank from Giraffe could come into play. But the BXQ coming in, stop it with a double to entry and tripling up for himself there. And this Giraffe flank just a little bit late, unfortunately, for Alaska.
Yeah. 2 players from Alaska getting burned in the Molotov. You could almost say they were a baked Alaska, but not going to be there around for today, even though they had the players stacked on the B site. Not going to happen this occasion.
Giraffe with the potential to just grab the AWP and save. Does have an AK in his hands right now, but he looks like he's potentially thinking about going for it. But the lack of opportunities being presented means he will just tuck his tail and run here. Yeah,
definitely a cool choice just to take the AWP and make a dash for it. Save that one for your boy Artist into this next round. Let's have a look at the scoreboard here and see who is taking over this game. Extinct 4 and 6. We've got Artist 8 and 4 as well, looking to try and rein in with the AWP.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of extremes for the side of Belfast Storm. You've got to stop it leading the way on 10 with Nem somewhat close behind on 7, but Finwee and Devi only 2 apiece right now.
No, especially if you're on the T side, you can afford to send in your hard-hitting players and maybe just use your others for just a bit of util, a bit of flash setup. So they'll be finding their impact in other ways in this map.
Yeah, allowing your star players to frag is quite an important part of a player who maybe doesn't quite have the same output. So using the flash setups and not the CTs off the angle is very useful.
He spots a player towards the cubby. You're off to try and finish things up for him as well.
Yeah, 3 holding this mid aggression from Alaska, ready for some sort of pressure, but Extinct falling early towards the cave. Artist does even the numbers up.
Nem finds himself on low HP. 2 players going down for Belfast Storm. Giraffe and 360 unite and finish off those 2 players in mid. Nem and Dexy just live, the dynamic duo, looking to see if they can poke their way around to lanes and find a way back into this game. No info for Alaska when it comes to Cheetah, so they may be able to take that position as well.
Yeah, but we have seen a rotation over here from Artist to bolster this B site, and this T execute pushing through the cave it may have just taken a bit too long, but if they wait out a little bit more, it might force Artist's hand into a rotate.
Single smoke on Nem to try and hold off the position, and Dexy holding on with the AWP.
Yeah, Smoke's cutting off the sightlines of the CT, but Artist full blind does take down Dexy and leaves a lot of pressure on Nem, low HP. I don't think it's going to be possible for him on this occasion, and Artist pushing him down. 3 in the round for him. Alaska keeping Belfast Storm within arm's reach.
Through the cover as well, nice little shot from Artist. And now, Belfast Storm need to find themselves, they need to try and get this next round to try and keep their advantage going into this. And Artist looking again for this Lobo smoke. Nice little bit of protocol utility throwing at the start of the round.
Do you know those smokes? Because I don't.
I used to back when I actually played this game, but that was a long time ago. Last Epic LAN I was competing for was EPIC40, and I did that with some of the bin chasers like Vilda and Sai and Birdie. That was a good time though. We had some fun games.
Now Belfast, again, a bit of a cobbled together buy, choosing to invest fully, but it is just the 2 rifles. And it is going to be very fast in towards his B side, but Extinct turning back just in time to get a double kill. Quadruple kill! Can he make it the ace? No, runs out of bullets. Devi finishes him off, puts pace to the ace streams, and gets it down to a 2 versus 1. This is losable here for Alaska. But the nade doing heavy damage, but Devi still getting the best of Artist. 1 versus 1 now. Devi such low HP.
Extinct lighting things up for us here for Alaska. It is now just Giraffe and Dexy in a 1-on-1. Dexy low on HP though, and has the advantage of Devi, sorry. He has the advantage of knowing where this player was. Now just looking to try and find a timing and maybe get this bomb down.
Both swap positions. Giraffe aggressing down the ramp and flanking into Jaguar. He seems to have got the read here, and the longer Devi takes, the more he's likely to be caught up with the take. Devi! A sensational cut slam! Belfast Storm, that was a round they had no business winning, even with the heroics of Extinct anchoring the site. Devi's Tech 9 with 4.
Takes his head clean off at a distance as well with the Tech 9. What a shot that was. Man, oh man, Extinct, you did so much there, buddy. You just needed that one guy, but it wasn't enough.
We
really
could hear the
unfortunate for them.
roars from the other end of the hall all the way over into our commentary box. I think there's a lot of people watching this game right now standing behind the players, and they just all erupted in unison.
Yeah, get some Fs in the chat for Extinct as well. Cooking on the site, just not able to finish the job.
Yeah, Debbie, it was a player that we were saying was having a somewhat quiet game so far, tripling his kills in that round alone. Talk about impact frags.
Oh yeah, it's all about the impact frags, baby. He finds himself at the seat of the table now with Dexy and them trying to find his way back into this game. And now Alaska, after such a interesting round, they're going to need to try and find their way back into this one and keep their mental. Maybe if they don't get this one, it might be time to consider a timeout. But we'll see what goes on in the head of the Artist going into this one. Artist, though, players are creeping up. You've got to try and find a kill here.
The Soul Rifle has to be the hero, but the Stop It, very thorough clearing. Vacancy going through the smoke. The 5-7 ringing out, does take down Finwee. Dexy with the trade on the AWP, and Stop It. Get ready for the aggression of Extinct.
And this is throwing me back now to very interesting play, trying to just sneak your way up onto the bomb site. Don't show any aggression until you just need to. And Artist not able to get himself the defensive kill now. Just Giraffe in a 2v1. He's going to go swinging and misses. Dexy going to take him down. Belfast Storm, look at the score now, 4-7. They are running away with this as we go into our 12th round.
Yes, the change in map pick for Belfast Storm working wonders for them. Obviously in the UKIC final, it was the Alaska, then Verdant team taking away Belfast's pick. Belfast not looking to let that happen again.
It's definitely going to play into them, knowing if they get that first map advantage. Still early days, though. There's still ample time for Alaska to try and come back into this one. The elbow smoke being thrown. Oh,
yeah, we see the Jaguar aggressive kills going either way, but Vacancy emerging victorious from that, and a triple as well for him, switching to the AWP, taking down Nem. Looking to salvage something from this half for Alaska. Devi is going hunting, but the smoke cuts off his vision of Vacancy.
What a lovely little three-piece.
Looking through it, Vacancy going nuclear right now. One more, come on, get him the ace.
You know what, Extinct? Guess what? I can do it too, buddy. Now he's looking for the ace. Just Stop It alive. Maybe wanting to deny Vacancy the opportunity of an ace here. Yeah. But he's feeling for it. He's taking shots into lane. He wants it. He's feeling it.
Yeah, Stop It. The current top fragger for the side of Belfast Storm would need to go big and isn't going to manage it on this occasion. Alaska salvaging a 5th. Belfast, though, a T-side lead here on Ancient going into their CT half.
Definitely good for Alaska to get that 5th round on the board, though. I definitely think they needed that going into the second
Absolutely.
half.
I think that 5th round was a necessity, and especially if they can get this pistol, that's almost the game tied up, and you can properly regain a foothold here.
Be interesting to see how the back-to-back Epic Land winners at 43 and 42 want to try and make their way back into this game. Nice little bit of utility being thrown to start this off, but what's this going on here? A very fast and quick aggression towards mid. Uncontested though, and they're going to go straight into Donut. There's 4 players on the B side, and just Stop It on his own. What have you got for us, buddy? Not able to hold it off at all. He has to fall. Extinct as well, pushing up towards CT.
Chasing him down. They want this kill, but it's going to be a complete brawl in the CT elbow, and the kill's going the way of Belfast Storm. Artist and Vacancy left in a 2 versus 4 now. Bomb is planted. Time favouring the T side. No kit currently in play. But Dexy's jewel is ringing out. Vacancy being chased away from Donut. The fuse coming in. Has to go big. One more. Can get the fuser as well. Vacancy almost enough. Stop It. I think just about as time.
Nearly. Vacancy to try and ping this back. Maybe the aggression from Alaska being punished by Belfast Storm. They send 3 players into CT just for shits and gigs, but it doesn't pay off. There's CTs waiting for them, and they get annihilated.
Yeah, trying to chase down that kill, make sure he can't tap get the diffuser. That's the thing, there was no kit currently in play there for the CT side. It had to be a 10-second stick, and if they do not aggress him, that just gives Vacancy the entire free reign to swing out and kill the diffuser. But chasing him down against a player of his quality, he is able to make the best of it. Unfortunately, losing that final gunfight, just unfortunately not quite enough time for him.
Now, Alaska find themselves on the pistols and potentially looking at the Dolly Parton scoreline. We'll be going 9-5 very shortly. Stop it now, looking just to try and smoke off this cheater position. Extinct finds the timing though.
Yeah, did he
Look
see
at
the arm as the BXQ comes in? Dexy's MP9 ringing out, and Stop It does eventually catch Extinct. Tree falling as well. A very clean anti-eco for Belfast Storm. And they are making their living right now.
Still a good attempt for them to try and force their way onto that site. Not going to work on this occasion though. They need to go back to the lab again. Try and get this one in. Now then, first buy round for the CTs. See what they can bring to the table this time.
Yeah, full AKs coming out here for Alaska. The weapon advantage, arguably, unless these MP9s choose to take close range fights, in which case they can absolutely shred even despite the patch.
You a big Ancient fan?
I play a lot. I played a lot of Ancient during my collegiate days. I'm a big fan of this map.
Yeah, it's my go-to little, like, face it, level 10 lobby kind of pug map. There's some cool stuff you can do, especially if you're pushing mid. But 360 and Finu are going to find themselves some trades there.
Yeah, 1 kill apiece. It is an MP9 exchange for an AK, but Extinct chiming in from the shelf. Only goes 1 and done. Still 3 apiece here. And the T's looking to wrap in towards this A side. Finwee has completely abandoned it, pushing through main. This plant's going to be completely uncontested. As soon as the bomb goes down, it's going to dawn on Belfast Storm that they have been slipped.
Alaska just able to take that bomb site without any aggression. You know what? No one's in red. We'll keep it going. Goes
Yeah,
to
and
CT.
Belfast aren't going for
Nobody
this.
there.
Yeah, Belfast choosing to save. The gamble stack for them not paying off. Alaska slipping the net, getting into fortified positions. Belfast not even thinking it's worth it, carrying these rifles over into the next.
Still a comfortable buffer for Belfast Storm going into this next one. They've got a couple more rounds to play with and some guns as well to help with their defense. Giraffe going to get himself caught out. The new CS2 bomb radius still catching a couple of people out, I find. It gets me every single time.
When you've had so much CS:GO and it's so ingrained in your memory that even the slight change, it's only been like a year and a half, hasn't it? So it's still somewhat new, and I guess
in the grand scheme of things, especially when you've got a decade of playing experience, you've been playing as long as I have. It's like, well, I can stand here, I'll be fine. Oh no, wait, I'm dead. What the hell happened? Huh?
yeah, sometimes completely changing it up, and just a little bit of muscle memory betraying them somewhat.
Nice little nade to try and break that smoke. Not going to find the kill though. Nem though gets another nade. He goes for another shot. Is he going to find it? Dexy takes down Giraffe.
Giraffe not expecting the second HE there. Completely caught out by the smoke blowing.
So nice. He had to do it twice and finds himself the frag. Stop it as well. Going to stop some of that lane aggression.
Yeah, once again
Alaska,
a red crawl coming in here from Alaska, but Nem this time is posted and ready for it, carrying a CT wrap.
Was he going to get cleared? Vacancy.
Back
not
turned,
able to
and
do
Artist falling as well. Nem, Belfast Storm learning their lesson from the previous round. Tree does get a tag onto Dexy, but is traded out by Nem. Extinct now has a lot to do. 1 versus 4. Oh, I can't see this happening. I think this is going to be double digits for Belfast Storm.
100%. The bomb is in an unfavourable location. Not even able to find one here to answer back with. And Belfast Storm, a 10-6 scoreline.
The favourites potentially looking in trouble here on their opponent's map pick. Still no timeout being called. I think Alaska do need to call a timeout, really. Just get their head straight, come up with a set play, just adjust to what Belfast are doing. Because something's not clicking for them right now.
This is 100% time for a little tack, even just to try and stop the momentum for Belfast Storm. Even just give them 30 seconds of like, right guys, this is getting a bit out of hand, yeah? Let's just have a little couple minutes to chill, you know, sweat it off, and we'll come back, yeah?
Yeah, and this is, I think, the prime time to discuss stuff. It is the single hero worker AK brought in by Giraffe, but he's already chunked down to 40 HP from that utility in mid.
Extinct getting a little bit toasty. Not going to get caught out by the Molotov, though. Looking now for a timing. Still just chilling inside of the smoke. And again, Alaska may be able to find themselves going up red. And it looks as though Extinct is going to, Tree is going to have a little look towards that.
Yeah, does have the P250 in hand. No, there's a Glock in hand, unfortunately. So he needs to hopefully catch Devi unawares. Meanwhile, this BXQ being feigned here, stop it in a position to cover, but Giraffe, nice shot to take down the long player.
Completely deletes him as well.
Yeah, and then caught back turn. Tree able to escape with a little bit of damage dealt to the CTs. Artist aggressing into the B halls, but only goes one and done. 2 versus 2 now. Giraffe's AK still up on the site. Tagged a little bit low through the box, but Devi finishing him off. It's now all on Tree. This Glock has to go huge here.
He has 1 Glock and a Dream. What's he going to be able to find to us?
Yeah, defuse coming in. I thought there'd be just about time anyway, but Devi getting off it and taking down the youngster. 11 now for Belfast Storm.
Still a very good round if you consider the fact that Alaska basically just had Glocks. They were pulling punches and taking advantages in that red position, able to go back and forth and just play with the CTs, but not enough to help them get the round. And now Belfast Storm, 11 rounds. 11 rounds they have found themselves in front of Alaska. Artist, I'm begging you, man. Get the timeout in. What's going on?
I don't know why they're not calling one. It's now or never really for Alaska. If you lose this, you're down to nothing for going into the final round up against match point. And even now, there's a slight concession. Giraffe paying the price for being the hero AK into the previous, down to a Galil for this. And it does look like it's going to be straight up BU still coming in here from Belfast Storm, or from Alaska, sorry.
Vacancy going to need to try and use all of that experience he gained when he was on Sprout Academy to try and help him get back into this game now. Extinct, he's got 2 players outside of B, finds the first, is he ready for the second? Doesn't spot the gun barrel.
Stop it, top fragger in the server right now, looking to add to his tally, potentially looking to hit 20 in this round. A little bit of spam coming through from Giraffe, taking him low HP. Belfast Storm being kind of slow with this rotate. Alaska making making it very clear which side they're going to hit. Vacancy does take down Stop It. Finwy locked out of long. Bomb plant is going down now.
And a 4v3 for Belfast to try and get
this cave push is covered, but Giraffe going down. Artist needed that kill and is able to get it. Doesn't expect Dexy. Does have the pistol, could potentially take down the low HP player. Finwy working on the site, but as soon as he goes down, it's all on Dexy, but a double kill to close it out! Belfast moving on to back match point. Heroics from Dexy inside the cave.
What in God's name was that from Dexy? Just pulls out the double from nowhere, and Belfast Storm, just when we thought it was going the way of Alaska, they say no, this is our round now.
And it is what we said. Look at the money here for Alaska. You're getting in AKs, but you're getting so little utility on the back of it. A couple of Galils, only 2 people really with util. Artist does get himself a smoke to go with his AK, but that is it.
Man, oh man. Alaska, this is it. This is dire straits. You've got to try and make this round work, or you've got to make it work for the next 2 maps. What have you got for us this time, boys? Not an AWP onto Artist. That's not going to help them one bit. And Extinct as well, heading up towards leaving again now. They've decided, you know what, we're not even gonna bother with it actually. They can have that one.
Yeah, you mentioned Artist not having an AWP. Belfast have 2 of their own. Finwy also picking one up for this round, using it to anchor down that A site, and he could be put to the test by Giraffe. Meanwhile, Stop It inside Jaguar. A little bit of smoke spam being exchanged, but nothing really connecting. Actually, this A main walk has eventually come to nothing. Finwy putting down Giraffe. A site, they know it's a double AWP now. Devi alone on the site is able to catch out Artist on a great timing. Swinging back into the cave. Stop It. Great cover to trade and a double kill for him. Vacancy. Do or die now.
Just vacancy left, can't make it work, and Belfast Storm pick up their first round in this BO3. I can hear them all the way from over there. They are loving it. That's going to give them so much confidence going into the rest of this series. And oh my goodness, what some heroics we have seen from them, and Stop It keeping this going and making it a very interesting for us.
Yeah, there was some heroic rounds on both teams, but Belfast Storm, more of them going their way, and just the general team play there for the Irish org. It just seems to work a lot better, or Northern Irish, I don't want to cause any political turmoil there.
It almost feels like, look at this, well, this from Extinct as well. It was Extinct and Vacancy pulling out the punches for Alaska, but it's not the individual players that make the dub. It is the teamwork that makes the dream work, and Belfast Storm showing us why they are winning today's first match.
And the biggest takeaway from this, the invincible giant, not so invincible, their first map being dropped at this epic LAN.
Yeah, that's gonna play on you, man, going into these next two matches.
Only one game previously had they conceded double digits, and now they've lost their first map of the tournament. And next up, it's Nuke. This is Alaska's pick.
Okay.
But obviously in that UKIC final, it was Belfast Storm that won that map.
Ooh, so we are in for a very close game, if I do say so myself. Very interesting stuff coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Nuke, what do we make of this going into things? Who do you think overall this favors?
Based purely pedigree, Alaska are the favourites for a reason.
It's their map pick.
And it is their map pick. And
yeah.
Although we do say Belfast did win it, it was an overtime victory. It was very close. It was 16-14.
Okay, so it did go the difference. It wasn't done in regulation.
It did go the distance.
I
mind you, the whole series went the distance. So like every single map in that series went to at least 24. So this is the first time since that. This series is already different from that one. I'll get the words out eventually. This series is already different to that one because Belfast limiting Alaska to only 6 rounds. We thought that would be a bit unheard of in this tournament.
No, Alaska looking relatively shaky going into this first map. They'll have to try and bring it back on the next 2 if they want to try and make this work. They need to get their map pick and then try and show off some heroics on Inferno.
Yeah, they're going to have to do the long haul, do the reverse sweep. I think we're going to cut to a break while we let the players have a little bit of a rest. We'll be back with you soon for map 2 of Nuke.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, join us soon.
Take back control. Nothing to obey. We're tearing down the old way. Can't they see our souls are one? Path to the sun has begun. Don't ever be afraid. Forever our fates are made. Everywhere there's Saturdays. We have future here to stay. I'm peeling back the skin from the person I've been. Don't wanna be tied down, you see the light. Throw your face to the stars, far away with no scars. It's written in the cards, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality. I feel like the skin. I'm not the person I've been. We're heavy hitters. We deliver, yeah.
Never stop gaming.
trained to obey. We're tearing down the old way. Can they see our souls are one? Path to the sun has begun. Don't ever be afraid. Forever our fates are made. Everywhere there's Saturdays, we have future here to stay. I'm peeling back the skin from the person I've been. Don't wanna be tied down, can you see the light? Throw your face to the stars, far away with no scars. It's written in my cards, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality. I'm peeling back the skin. I'm not the person I've been. We're heavy hitters, we deliver, yeah.
Never stop gaming.
Welcome back, gamers, to EPIC44 here at this upper bracket semi-final. We have just seen Alaska, the best team so far at this event, take their first loss versus Belfast Storm. An upset we could not have predicted going into this BO3. Wing, what are your thoughts on it, man? What's been happening?
Belfast just looked like a better team. That's quite simple. Alaska, they had some absolutely heroic moments, but you can't really rely on them the whole time. Belfast looked like a much more drilled team on Ancient, obviously being their map pick. Hopefully we see a bit more of a improved Alaska coming into their own map pick here on Nuke.
Yes, so definitely. Alaska should be able to find their footing on their home pick of Nuke. I did actually get the chance to speak to the management of Belfast Storm after this game. I had a little quick catch-up with them. And what they told me was very interesting in the fact that obviously they're established players like Nem and Dexy, relying on some of their experience and some of their like old-school vibes to try and help them through, especially in a LAN environment, but also to let their new players like Devi just go in and cook, give them the space and the calls and the positions just to go in and get some of those interesting rounds for us that we saw. But can't talk here and not mention some of the heroics we saw from Vacancy and from Extinct as well. 4Ks all across the board for them. They definitely put up a good fight, and we'll hope to see some more of that into the next game.
And another player to bring up in that is Artist as well. He was looking like he was dictating the game during that early part when Alaska looked at their strongest, fell off somewhat towards the end of the and especially in the second half. Will we see a bit of a resurgence from him that could then propel Alaska back into contention?
No, 100%. And it's always worth mentioning as well, these exciting games here at Epic LAN are always appreciated, and it is the partners and sponsors that make it all happen. So we have EPIC44 powered by Intel. They've got their ARC GPUs coming out and their Core i9s. They're doing some fun stuff. And we also have to give it as well for Overclockers UK, long-standing partner of Epic LAN. It's always good to see them back here at the Kettering Conference Centre. And I also got to give a shout out as well for ASUS ROG. Some interesting laptops and gaming peripherals, some headsets, mice, and keyboards as well. They've been doing some cool stuff. So big shout out to them, and thank you very much for helping them make this event happen.
Yeah, a lot of very cool displays here at the Kettering Conference Centre from all of those sponsors. And a little bit of a play around on some of the little gizmos that they've got.
Oh yeah, you've been a cheeky little Marvel Rivals on the old PC.
I'm personally not a big fan of Marvel Rivals. I tried to get into it. It's not quite my thing, but yeah, having a little look at the systems they've got out there. A little bit. There was a little bit of Civ on there on Friday, and I've already clocked quite a few hours in that. So
yeah. I saw as well they've recently announced Civ 6, I believe it is, and that Civ 7.
Civ 7 has just been released.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah.
I can't wait for that, man. That should be very good.
I have played a little bit. I've played quite a bit of it already, and I'm very much enjoying it. So
I've got to give it that. I'm an old school guy. Like Civ 5 back on Steam, that was some good times.
Yeah, indeed.
No, definitely. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We say all these things about his amazing games. Our passion is Counter-Strike, and
course,
that's
man.
what we are here for right now.
100%, man. And as well, like we said, the favourites for Epic LAN taking down their first map, and as well with Belfast Storm, they've come out of the gate swinging, and they've got all the confidence they need, maybe to try and finish off this series. I wonder what kind of strats they're going to try and bring out for us here on Nuke, though, and we'll have to see how that one goes.
Yeah, their T-side on Ancient in particular was very innovative, very proactive, and Nuke's a bit more of a disciplined team-playing map. It relies slightly less on the individual. While on Ancient the individuals can dictate the map somewhat, Nuke, you have to be well coordinated as a team, and also as a CT, knowing the right times to rotate and push in through and take some map control away from the Ts.
Yep, CT coordination, definitely a huge factor when it comes to Nuke. You've got multiple angles, multiple different layers as well to the map. If you do not know where your Ts are going, you may find them just in places you would not expect. Like, you've got that one guy on matchmaking who didn't call they're going down it in secret. You rotate down at the fence. It's like, oh, hey, there's like 4 guys here. Where did these guys come from?
Yeah, indeed. And being able to catch out, know the potential setups that the CTs will go for, and knowing the aggression points and being able to counter them to really punish any sort of control the CTs will try to take away.
Yeah.
It's like playing chess, playing Nuke. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, definitely a thinking man's map, and especially as well, you need to be a big star aim fragger if you're going to play the ramp position or outside, because they are one and done spots, and losing those as a CT, very, very difficult to try and find yourself back into the rounds.
Playing one of those spots, the main objective is staying alive. As soon as you go down in one of those positions, you have lost so much control on the CT side.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, though, like we're saying earlier, with CS2 being a bit more T-sided, more aggressive plays coming out, especially towards outside. We've seen a lot of evolutions as well of the outside smokes. You used to do the old 1, 2, 3 just to get you down to secret, and now we're seeing iterations of that where you smoke off icebox to get yourselves into main as well and go up.
And obviously
the
the waterfall smoke dropping down over main as well, a new innovation in CS2 that we have seen utilised really well by a lot of teams at the highest levels.
Yeah, definitely as well. And as well on that map, especially on the A site, we've seen different bits and pieces into the map as well. So we're going to find ourselves getting into this game now, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Nuke. We're heading over to the nuclear facility, Cedar Creek, to start things off. And it looks as though we're going to find ourselves with Alaska on the T side. what have they got for us now as well? Belfast Storm on the CT side. Dexy heading up towards Hut for a push with these Julies. What's he going to find for us? Oh, no. Artist going to find two players here.
The ramp
Oh my
aggression
goodness.
does get one, though, but A-Site now completely open. Stop it, trying to retake it, but 360 ready for it. Finwy playing from heaven, has to just try and play his life, wait for his teammate, but the rotations down the vent, trying to take away this B-site. Bomb now going down.
Just Nem alive in a 1v4. He's thinking, oh my goodness, what the hell's happened here, lads? We need to try and find our way back into this one. With a CT side, we're supposed to have the advantage. He finds himself now with 4 players lurking around, looking for him. Tree looking the wrong way, gonna take him down and save himself the Pyrojulies for the next round. And just, yeah, maybe go towards the T spawn area there. Just call it a day and bring it back for the next round. Very fast push, though, from Alaska to try and get that one to work.
Yeah, indeed, very much. The CT aggression it usually plays off like unexpected on a pistol round, but Artist absolutely ready for it, calling on his years of experience. And Nem said he was looking to save that armor. I was going to say he would have had a cheap head armor upgrade, but not even going to be able to save anything now.
Nope. Real big loss for him going into this next round. T's find themselves with the early advantage, and they're going to be able to upgrade some of their guns, get some Galils, some Mac Daddies, and some AK-47s. And the CT side looking a little bit worse for wear. A couple of scouts, though. This is an interesting
not
one.
often you see
Let's
a
see what they
double
get
scout.
up to with these. Nem looking towards the silo position.
Yeah,
and Finui gonna
one
take
upper, one
out.
lower. I kind of like the idea, but it's not really going to pay out. It looks like it's going to be this water falling through Hut. Ramp stack, outside stack, A-site, undefended.
Not a single CT there to defend it. CT's just thinking, hang on a minute, we've put all of our eggs into the wrong baskets. These Ts have just taken over our bomb site. How has this happened?
And at this point, bomb down. No, only a kit on Devi, but with 5 alive on the T side, you just carry these weapons over into the next one. There's not really any chance of you getting this retake effectively, so you're going to be operating with pistols anyway, might as well operate with some scouts and MP9s.
Yeah, maybe look to take those scouts outside, maybe put one in ramp as well, just so that you can diversify where those guns are being placed. Interesting, though, for them to take them both outside. Maybe do like a bit of a 1-2 punch and just finish off single players.
Stop this to get moving here, because he could die to the bomb if he's not careful.
Yep, he's been playing a bit too much CSGO. Now he's realised it. Oh, I need to move, or else I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. And Alaska take their second round of today's second map.
Yeah, the bomb radius on Nuke, deceivingly big. Obviously, they lessened it quite significantly in CSGO, and I think they did it a bit too much. So I'm quite happy that the way the bomb radius is right now on Nuke.
Yeah, definitely, because I was always finding as well, if I am a saving player and I'm like towards outside near red, the bomb is being planted in B, and oh, what's that? I've been blown to smithereens. How's this happened?
Yeah, realistically, if you are taking any sort of damage, you need to be on one of the spawns if you want to save.
Now T's looking for a fast push in towards the A site. It's just Dexy alone and a couple of the players as well to defend. Extinct creeping his way out. Doesn't hard clear Dexy though.
Yes.
He gets 2 kills and he's going in guns blazing, taken down by Giraffe.
Yeah,
it's going back and forth.
A little bit
here.
of over-aggression there from Dexy, feeling it a bit too much. And it's down to a 3 versus 3 with the lesser weapons. The 2 scouts still up. MP9 goes 1 and done. Finwy get bam through the smoke, does take down Artist and puts a lot of pressure on Tree. Low HP. These scouts will effectively be AWPs for the CT side.
Interesting stuff. Now it's just Tree alive to try and finish things off. I wonder what he's thinking. Maybe waiting for a player to push out towards heaven. But Finui holds strong, just looking into main.
Does have a minute to play with and a full belt of utility at his disposal. But as we say, 2 versus 1, when you are down to within scout range, it's quite a scary situation for Tree here.
Yeah, Tree definitely just looking to see if he can make a mistake happen out from these players. I believe, though, Finn's going to spot the player, and Tree, your position's been gone. Maybe try and get the bomb down, get yourself a chance into this one.
Yeah, the missed shot there from Finwy does allow Tree to get the plant off, and we do see the rotation coming in through Nem, and it looks like it potentially could be a double heaven retake here for the scouts.
That'll be an interesting way of doing it, though. Get yourselves the trade. This is the smart way of doing it.
He's got the read. He could catch out. He catch out Finwee, and he does. 1 versus 1 now. But Nem re-peeking from heaven. Missed shot. Tree being allowed to live for now.
This is a bit of an awkward position for Tree now because he is out of position. Now needs to try and get himself back into this bomb site.
Bomb is planted for him. He knows exactly where it is. He can swing it, but the spam not connecting initially.
Oh,
he's just sticking it in the smoke with the Kipper Tree. The last possible second. Stealing the round away from Belfast. 1 versus 2 clutch there for the former Gamer Legion Academy Starlets.
Goodness me, Tree with the right read to try and push the player outside and break up that 1-2 punch from Belfast Storm. Made it very dicey towards the end though, spamming in that smoke. Nearly made a fool of himself. Not today though.
Oh, I don't know how he won that, to be honest. Like, low HP against 2 scouts. So many missed shots there from Belfast Storm. They will be kicking themselves because they had that round in the palm of their hand and Trees stealing it away.
Bit of early aggression from Alaska.
We do see a missed waterfall smoke, and that's if that's meant to be a smoke wall, it's not a very good one, I'm afraid, boys.
You leave it up to the group stage to try and get these smoke blunders out the way. And having to find themselves using it another bit now. Dexy finds a cheeky pick on Giraffe and falls back. Finui has got the angle now on top of the icebox. Knows there's a player in secret. You can hear him. Vacancy going to take down Nem as well. It's getting a bit interesting now.
Yeah, Alaska recovering this round with 3 versus 3. Turns 3 versus 2 as Extinct catching out Stop It. Not expecting the T's to be that far up on B. And now for Belfast Storm, you're in a pretty difficult situation here. You've got Vacancy lurking underneath the silo. Maybe try and catch out a secret rotation.
An excellent start though for Alaska. First 3 rounds on the board. Bosch done. And now going to find themselves now with the 4th. And especially as well on a less favourable side. This is going to pay dividends, especially as you go into the second half.
Yeah, the difference in side's not as big as it used to be, or as we mentioned earlier, but still a 4-round streak to begin your T side is not something to be scoffed at.
Extinct though, he needs to be careful here. He might end up going down to his bombs.
Full HP, he's just about, he's all right there. As soon as you get towards the side of Secret, you think you should be okay at full. But Belfast in a bit of a predicament here. You've got the 2 saved M4s, but do you choose to buy in around this? Finui could drop one over, and we do see an MP9 being dropped. A couple of Eagles coming out. It looks like they are just going down to that $2,000. So they can potentially buy into the next 3,400 of loss.
Yeah, I'm going to backseat game for just a little bit. I'd like to see a bit more smoke and defensive utility for Stop It and Dexy, especially what you need on a map like Nuke to try and stop these fast rushes into A. Have to make do with what they've got.
Yeah, heavy outside presence here early from Alaska. Extinct trying to lurk his way into a mini, but Finwee ready for it.
4 players heading out towards outside. These were the evolutions of the icebox smokes, like I was telling you earlier. Instead of the 1, 2, 3, you've got the pair just to help you get down secret. They are not making a peep though. Just
there are no CTs down defending this B site. Like, if Alaska just go quiet until the doors open, it will be an uncontested plant.
It will be up to Belfast Storm to figure out when the penny drops. Stop It though, he's going to have a little sniff towards B. He's thinking, we haven't checked this in a while. Let's see who's on the site.
And as soon as that single door opens, Decon is going to be a shooting playground, but Tree has managed to get the best of him. 5 versus 3 turns 4 versus 2. 4 versus 3, my apologies.
That's all good. They had a lot of stuff happening on the screen. 360 getting traded by Devi and Finui, and Devi in the 2v3. They're both on low HP. Still got their kits though, so maybe if they find one player, they can have a little sniff at this. Devi's getting a bit angsty though. He's sneaking his way into the site.
And
finds the first player. Artist. Devi does it 2 in a row, just a 1v1 now for him.
Smoke on the bomb, but ticking low. He has to kind of stick this. He does have the kit, but low HP. The spam from Artist will come through and take down Devi. Alaska on fire, up to 5.
Still continuing their dominance here on the T side. Devi, though, having a little look with his A1S, gets a couple of players, but again, it runs down to a blind spam through the smoke to finish off that last player.
Yeah, time just not in the favor of the CTs in that situation. Not really enough time to tap and wait for a reaction from the Ts, especially if it does not come. So having to stick it, and yeah, Alaska just ready for it.
In-game leader Artist now on the most amount of kills, and it looks as though Alaska going for a bit of more util towards this ace site. He's going to get taken down though as Artist. Nem gets the first kill here.
Yeah, Tree down to 19 on his own. Dexy's AWP going hunting through ramp, it's taking himself into trophy. But the T's have escaped outside.
A lot of information game though now for Belfast Storm. They're going to know these Ts are working their way around to outside now that they have lost lobby.
Yeah, Finwee has to be on high alert, choosing to reposition, play a more passive angle, potentially from Zywoo.
Maybe looking to go for a little bit of a wrap into A.
Yeah, it looks like could be a heaven wrap here coming out, but Finwee ready for it, gets one, and Devi chimes in with the kill onto Tree as well. Stop it, does get caught out by Vacancy. Finwee knows he's just on the other side of the smoke, but M4A1, limited bullets. You can't spam willy-nilly like you can with the AK or A4.
Yeah, Vacancy a draft, going to try and make their way through to main here. It's a heavily contested site though. Nem is waiting and another player in heaven. Just they're going to 1-2 punch. Jevi going to pick them both off. Belfast Storm, first round on the board.
It needed to come realistically. It was now or never. Alaska were running away with it a little bit. Belfast finally getting their first 6 rounds in. They have to build on the back of this though, because if Alaska continue to build on this T side, there is no coming back for Belfast Storm.
And look at the money from Alaska as well. That has financially ruined them. They're going into this one with just a couple of rifles and Tech 9s to their name. Interesting to see how they mix up their play with these weakened weapons.
Yeah, we do see Extinct already finding himself inside hut. Does eventually fall off, however. The Tech 9 not finding anything. Finwee a little bit of spam through the smoke. Takes down Vacancy.
Very good damage from him.
It looked like he was ready for Giraffe, but the Tech 9 besting him. Dexy has to be occupied with this, but a missed shot coming out here. And Artist chiming in to kill to stop it. Giraffe, 2 for him now.
Nerves maybe getting the better of Dexy. I've played against this man at Epic LAN in the group stage. He's normally a demon on the AWP. So
but Devi looking through credit card, only finds 1 heavy damage dealt to Tree, but not quite enough to finish the job. Nem looking like he wants to drop lower, but it's the wrong call. It's going to be the A-site hit here for Alaska. Maybe just reposition. No, he does still look committed to this B site.
They're on about this, maybe looking to go down in towards ramp.
Yeah, they have repassed. They are going towards ramp. What was looking like a complete wrong call here for Nem could turn out to be a stroke of genius.
Yeah, Nem knows the game's up now.
Yeah,
his gamble has paid off well.
Nem, brilliant timing, takes it into the 1 versus 1. Artist location now known. Just to buy as much time as possible. 25 seconds on the clock. Bomb recovered.
Oh, Nem, what are you doing, buddy? Keep your gun out. Oh, making it scary for us.
The sound cue of the door made Nem think he had an opportunity to relocate, but Artist re-aggression.
Oh, he's going to try and juke him out again, though.
Yeah, time running so low. This bomb has to be going down. Artist does choose this plant. He's locked in, he's ready for this. Nem has to hit this first shot, low HP, but Artist besting him on this occasion. Alaska instant reply. Belfast, your comeback will not be mounted for now. Up to 6 to the 1 for Belfast Storm.
Still with decent economy as well to get some rifles on this T side going into this next one. Great call though from Nem to stay on the B site. T's walking straight into his clutches, but not quite able to finish the job on this occasion.
Yeah, T's looking like they want to take fast outside control once again. Giraffe being the man sent in to take space. Finwee playing from back garage. Smokes will deny his vision. But Dexy already down inside the B halls. Almost looks like he's going to get caught out, but does recover with a double kill. And able to escape.
Good little defensive smoke from him as well. It's going to make that last. Oh no, Artist doesn't even care about the smoke. He's just going to go straight in and take him down. Now looking to march his way onto B and take some space for his team. But Tree still needs to try and cross. He's in a funny little spot, able to take out Devi, and another as well. Lovely little spay from Tree60. Just Nem alive once again in a 1v3. Let's see what he's got for us.
Low HP on two of the Alaska players, but he needs to get this kill very quickly, and it's only the tag onto Extinct, and can't finish him off. Alaska, we said they needed to recover. They have learned their lessons from the previous map, looking dominant thus far on Nuke.
Nice little bait out as well from Extinct, breaks the glass, stays in position and takes down that last player, even though he was on very low HP.
Yeah, and Belfast Storm calling their first timeout, getting Grimmy on the mic, having a chat with his boys, talk things through.
100%. Alaska probably wondering, hey, why didn't we do a couple of these last game?
I mean, everyone was wondering it, so... I'm hearing a lot of trash talk. I hear the word Grimmy being shouted quite a lot from across the hall.
Oh, we love it. It's all what UK Counter-Strike is all about.
It's the joy of Epic Land.
It's the drama.
We get it every time, and it's
100%.
amazing every time.
Yep. Like you saying, the UKIC Grand Final going back and forth. This ain't UKIC, though. This is Epic Land, a completely different beast, especially when your teammates and your opposition in the same damn room as you. We love it, man.
Oh, it's the joy of Land. It's unmatched.
Pistols now for Belfast Storm. They're going to need to try and make these work. Still playing a very slow game here, giving Alaska the chance to go down to Secret.
Yeah, Finway already in the vent. Oh, he's just going to try and get a cheeky knife kill. Will he be presented with an opportunity, though?
Yeah, he's going for the clips.
Does get one, being hunted down. Only goes two. I say only, it's still a very good job, 2 for 1. It's a trade you will take every day of the week. And Finway getting all the information. Alaska not being quiet about this in the slightest. Finway will be molly forward. Giraffe ready for it, though. It is the flames that finishing off Finn.
Nice little call from Giraffe to try and throw that molly. Just get some util, just clear out those angles.
Yeah, Nem saving that AK already finding himself in T-spawn. We'll see Stop It maybe going hunting, trying to do a little bit of damage, but the economy for Alaska is not actually in the greatest shape at the moment, so any damage he can do will be valuable, but he's not going to get the opportunity to do any. Artist. Nice little
head taken clean off there.
Yeah, nice little blood splatter. Maybe you could call that modern art, but...
See what?
Not his finest piece of work.
No, definitely known for his AWP being the paintbrush and Nuke on this occasion being the canvas.
Yeah, but in AWP Nuke T-side, it's very difficult to get to work. You find a lot more reliable success on a rifle, I feel, and Art is very aware of that fact, keeping the AK for himself.
There's still a couple of nice boosts you can do towards outside with the AWP if you're on the T side. Couple of peeks into ramp as well. Maybe you nade the door and try and get an angle in towards the main position. Some of my favourite things from back in the day when I used to play.
Yeah, and just as we saw on Ancient, the T-side not wielding the AWP, the CTs, they got 2 for themselves here. Dexy and Stop It choosing to wield the big green.
I do like the gravitas they're trying to bring to this, because towards the end of that Ancient game, they had dual AWPs as well, just maybe trying to taunt them a little bit. Give them a little bit of, hey, we've won this first game, now you've got to try and do it again.
Yeah, and Finley and Devi finding the openings, numbers immediately swinging in favour of Belfast Storm. First AWP does ring out, Stop It able to escape onto that B site where he does have the support of the player in the vents. And they are committing through this towards this B site. Stop It's AWP does ring out, taking down Artist. A little bit of tag onto Vacancy. Nem here to support his boy, but the Molotov forces them away from the angle. Tree lurking through Decon, maybe try and get a little bit of a flank going on himself. Stop It does seem like he's going to be aware, but needs to support Nem.
They have the site, but they have 5 CT players against them. This is a tall order for Alaska. Tree is the first to fall, and it's just Vacancy now. Finds himself the trade, but not going to be able to do it on this occasion. And Belfast Storm get their second round in today's game. I was holding out hope for him, man. You know, the 2v5, you've got the positioning. Maybe you try and cook up a little magic here, but Not going to happen on this occasion.
Yeah, but Trees flanked. Belfast were completely aware of it, being watched from Secret as well as from the double doors. So it was never really going to amount to much, and that puts a lot of pressure on, I believe it was Extinct, the last alive there for.
You was telling me earlier, Wing, that Nuke was one of your more favorited maps. Well, if you're going into your your Face It game, where's your favorite place to play?
Oh, well, in my low elo FISA games, I love being the outside player on the CT side. You get a lot of freedom. There's a lot of little wrap positions you can find yourself in. Like you can cuddle up next to the silo, find yourself tucked into glaive, swing out from red. It's a very versatile position that you can hold. But the flash coming in from the A side, Devi, the anchor only goes one. Alaska do have site control now.
He's going to need to find some kills fast if he's going to try and stop this A push, but the Molotov forces him out of position. The bomb going to get taken down, and Belfast Storm, they have to concede this one. Not a chance.
It's a double lock retake. It's not going to happen. Let's be completely honest. If you can carry at least one of these into the next, then you do have something for the final round of the half. But a tally of 2 rounds on your CT side thus far. You kind of have. Eventually, you do. Saving weapons and all is fine, but eventually, that number at the top is the one that matters. It doesn't matter if you keep saving and your bank balance is healthy as all tell. If you don't get the rounds, then you're not going to win.
Yeah, Belfast Storm definitely going to need to go back to the drawing board and rethink their CT defense because it doesn't appear to be working out for them. Maybe this is the time to get another attack in the works. We'll have to see if that's something that gets done. A little bit of back and forth ticks between the players now, maybe a little bit of fun, friendly banter.
Yeah, Belfast. The save weapons do mean they can buy into this one. Stop it. A little bit slow at spawn. Juggling his weapons. Oh no, he's just juggling his weapons to his position actually. The fun's to have a versatile AWP or M4 player as your second AWP.
Yeah, Dexy finds the first one outside. Vanui, he with the nade, going to try and find himself some more. The T's have found themselves down to Secret though, and a CT player in Nem has made his way down to try and greet them there.
This is the bomb in Secret Halls. If Artist gets caught out here, then the CTs can just swarm up on this. But Vacancy, getting that kill onto Dexy opens up another avenue of possibility, and it is the low HP AWP of Stop It. Rotating himself into heaven. And he could be caught out by Tree. Gunfire exchange, but Stop It still living to fight another day.
Stop It now going to get himself down towards ramp just in case they commit to another B push.
Yeah, but they do not expect Vacancy up in heaven. Finway completely exposed inside main, does not see it coming. Vacancy double kill, cracks open the A site. The numbers swinging in favor of Alaska.
Interesting stuff from Vacancy to get the backstab from heaven. Stop It now was thinking about going down to ramp. No, these players have A now. What is the play?
And Nem has got completely the wrong read. He's clearing out Secret Halls, but they're already towards the B site, doubled up in Decon, executing and find an empty site. Nem realizes his mistake at this point.
Oh, Artist has done a little switcheroo after taking those first 2 kills on A. They're like, you know what? We'll hold our ground, go back down towards B, give him the old bamboozle.
Lovely little bait and switch there from Alaska. And Nem 1 versus 3. It's going to be very difficult for him. I think Alaska are going to have a double-digit half, and that proves to be the case. Belfast Storm, they are going to have a real uphill battle to get back into this map. But from the looks of it, I think we're going to Inferno, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tall order for Belfast to bring things back, especially on the T side. But how can I say? Alaska, they've looked pretty strong on theirs. Maybe they'll try and answer straight back with some of their own strats and some of their own set plays. So interesting to see how they'll get back into this one.
Yeah, after their biggest humbling of the tournament so far on Ancient, Alaska putting their foot down. We are the #1 seeds for a reason. You are mere upstarts.
Oh, I like this. Hut with the dualies from Vacancy.
Oh, I
Artist
love
playing
this spot from
Zimbabwe.
Artist. It always goes overlooked, and Finway falls into the same mistake that so many have done before him. Meanwhile, ramp has been taken by the T's. There are 2 player defenders on this B site, however, for Alaska. Make it 3 now, and Tree with a kill onto Dexy. The Julies of Vacancy ringing out for 1. And Extinct with his own on the ramp. A little bit of spray exchange either way. Artist does take down Devi in the end. Nem only gets 1. Alaska 11-2. Yeah, put a bow on it. This is going to Inferno.
Very cool plays from Artist to hide. Did you notice how he wasn't deep into Africa? He was sort of just perched up around the boxes.
And that's the spot that I absolutely loved. Like, yeah, you'll clear into the Africa, but there's a little bit of a cubby next to the little hut outside of it that always goes overlooked.
I'm going to pick your brains on something. Do you know what that position is called?
I always call it overlooked because it always goes overlooked, but
Well,
I don't know the official call out
there's
for
a bit
it.
of EPIC land lore. So that position is known as Zimbabwe because a player known as Sash AFP back in the day took down Blackhand on this very map, and the way he did it was just pure outside aggression. So lovely to see that position again getting used. Extinct now finds himself traded outside with the MP9. Sash AFP aggression not going to pay off on this occasion.
Yeah, indeed. Vacancy able to get 1 inside mini. Does take a dink for measure, but with the weapons at Belfast disposal and the economy all used up, just do 2 deagles to defend it against match point. Finway on top of the silo, not going to be presented with an opportunity for that headshot to ring out. Yeah, Alaska, this is total domination at the moment.
Yeah, definitely looking like match and map point for Alaska, unless Vanui's going to find himself a couple of final frags. Not going to happen.
The SMG's going hunting, Tree finishing him off. Map point to Alaska.
Good bit of teamwork there as well from Alaska. Single kill on each of those players to finish off that last round. They find themselves now in a comfortable position to take map 2. And look at the score, man. 12-2. If you were Belfast Storm, what would you be thinking to yourself right now?
I'd already be thinking about Inferno.
Yeah, you just think, oh, it's cooked at this point.
Yep. I think just get this one over with, get outside, get a bit of fresh air, let Grimmy have a chat with you, and just refocus. Because at the moment, all the momentum is with Alaska. Dexy's aggression does get 1, but the M4 of Extinct ringing out with 2. And you make it 3.
Extinct here looking to clean up house. He finds himself down, and that is it. Alaska take their first map in this VO3 and fight straight back on Nuke here.
Yeah, and from it wasn't just fighting back, it was complete and utter decimation. Belfast could not get a foothold in this game. And if Asker are able to keep this momentum, I think we could be in for a very short Inferno.
Oh, 100% though, but Inferno can be anyone's game at this point. Both teams neck and neck now with both of their maps in. Some heroic stuff though we saw from Fanui and Dexley with the scouts doubling up. And the as well the dual Berettas as well on those CT side. We love Nuke for a bit of that interesting plays.
Yeah, you mentioned that 2v1 360 against 2 scouts that were essentially AWPs with his low HP, and the fact he was able to win that out from that moment, I had it in my head. Yeah, Alaska are going to win this map quite comfortably.
Had to work for that round though. Nice bit of spray from him towards that bomb site, getting the final kill there. So we now find ourselves going to Inferno.
The ultimate decider map.
Some of the best grand finals and BO3s have been finished on Inferno. Some that come to mind, FaZe versus Cloud9 at Boston 2018. I'm thinking Fnatic as well for the Katowices and Colognes of 2015. We might just be in for something heroic here as well.
Yeah, a classic map, and as I said, so many best of 3s been decided on Inferno, and it's going to be a very exciting one to watch. But it all depends on whether Belfast Storm can recover enough from that demolishing. Alaska, I'd say right now, going into it, are going to be the favourites on this map. They did it in UKIC. Can they do it on Epic Land as well?
Yeah, definitely as well. If you're artist, there's a nice couple of positions you can play around with as an AWP, obviously into banana. You've got some nice little sight lines there, and as well towards middle. Or maybe you play it a bit more chill, go towards the outside apartments, wait for some CT aggression. But that is going to be it for the second game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere though, because we will be right back very, very soon with game number 3. My name is O'Tyler. He's been Wing, and we'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Take back control. Nothing to obey. We're tearing down the old way. Can't they see our souls are one? Path to the sun has begun. Don't ever be afraid. Forever our fates are made. Everywhere there's Saturdays. We have future here to stay. I'm peeling back the skin from the person I've been. Don't wanna be tied down, can you see the light? Throw your face to the stars, far away with no scars. It's written in the cards, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality. I'll peel back the skin. I'm not the person I've been. We're heavy hitters, we deliver, yeah.
Never stop gaming.
Yeah. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water no bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with, oh. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, yeah. I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to boss, I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah. I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah. Why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't dim it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't simmer down. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the flashing right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah, yeah. This the high life with a few. Yeah. You can have it all, no need to choose. Yeah. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate, yeah.
Take back control. Nothing to obey. We're tearing down the old way. Can't they see our souls are one? Path to the sun has begun. Don't ever be afraid. Forever our fates are made. Everywhere there's Saturdays. We have future here to stay. I'm peeling back the skin from the person I've been. Don't wanna be tied down, can you see the light? Throw your face to the stars, far away with no scars. It's written in my cards, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality. I feel like the skin. I'm not the person I've been. We're heavy hitters, we deliver, yeah.
Never stop gaming.
we pocket.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to EPIC44. Wing, we have left the best to last in today's upper bracket semi-final. We have got Alaska versus Belfast Storm going back and forth on the maps. We had Alaska losing their first map of the tournament on Ancient and then able to bring things back on Nuke. What do you think we could expect going into Inferno?
It's an interesting one, obviously. Belfast, I don't want to say it was domination, because Alaska did put up a fight on Ancient, but Belfast looking very comfortable on their map pick. And then, of course, the Nuke, it was a total stomp from Alaska, so you'd say the momentum is with them. I did see the Belfast Storm guys outside, though, and it was a very calm atmosphere. I didn't want to interfere with the chat, because I know Grimmy will want to get his guys focused and all that. But it seemed very calm and very composed, so I think they may still be quietly confident about this.
Yeah, 100%. Always worth mentioning as well, as much as Alaska is the more decorated side with LAN winning players, Belfast Storm still have a lot of experienced and established players, so they will have found themselves in this position before, and they will have the mentality and the fortitude, maybe even just to take the third map, who knows.
Yeah, obviously Inferno, the ultimate decider map. We think back to times like Boston 2018. Miracles can happen on this map, and although Alaska are the favourites, you wouldn't count Belfast Storm out either. Obviously, UKIC, the grand final, it did go to an Inferno. It went to a triple overtime. The then Verdant team, now Alaska, it did come out victorious on that occasion, but such a close map. We could be in for a very fiery one here today.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
The aptly titled Inferno.
100%. We found ourselves on a 22-20 scoreline at that UKIC final. So we are maybe in for a very long ride here today if it goes the distance. And it might just be the case that Alaska's experience and fortitude can help them close out the late game. But we are going to stop yapping and we are going to start tapping as we get into the knife round, ladies and gentlemen, to decide who's going to start on which side. See what's going on here. Lovely little canvassing shot of A site. Just at the B site, sorry, to start us off. It's been a while since I've been on Inferno, I can't lie to you. It's normally my veto in the map pick on Face It. Nice little brawl to start us off, though. Back and forth, back and forth. Finui and Tree left, and Tree going to find himself with the triple. Slices and dices his way to give Alaska the first pick of their preferred team.
Yeah, Tree has very much grown into this series, and I think he will be looking to
Oh, I like that one.
Keep going with his improvements here on Inferno.
Tree has grown into this series. Give me a high five for that one, man. Holy cow. You've been cooking in the BTS. We love that. Right, so it is going to be Alaska starting things off on the T side, and we're going to get ourselves ready and waiting into our final map of this BO3 series. A big banana rush coming out from Alaska. Never mind just the one player. Belfast on 4 players towards B though. They're not looking to take any chances, and Stop It now gets run down after getting a couple. They're on the back foot. They're running back into the site.
Yeah, Alaska, though, aware of the B stack, are just choosing to regroup, slow the pace right down. The numbers do favour Belfast Storm, so Alaska will have to try and work for a little bit of a pick here.
Yeah, 100%. And now Alaska, they found themselves with the disadvantage, still playing things relatively slow. And Belfast Storm just going to wait and see where they end up grouping up towards.
Yeah, we do see Extinct working towards the apartments, now looking to potentially join up with Artist, the bomb carrier.
And Dexy's going to go sniffing around for these players. Maybe able to catch a timing here if he looks towards second mid. Extinct, though, just favouring up the site and getting a bit of util down to make the call happen. But look at this, they're heading towards the arches. Maybe for a bit of a split play here. Belfast Storm in for it now. They're going to... This player on B is completely taken down. Nem unawares, but Devi, though, is going to trade it right back.
Yeah, Devi has to be the hero here. Tree lurking through upon the air. Execute catching out the rotates. Extinct does take down Devi, but a fast rotation from Dexy could potentially catch them out, but he's been spotted now.
Yeah, now just Dexy left on a 2v1, finds the first player. Artist going to try and get this bomb down. The cover of the fountain not going to keep him alive, and Belfast Storm take their first map. First point, sorry.
Yeah, okay, they've already taken their first map. Come on.
yeah, we've got to give them credit for Ancient. That was a very good opening map for them. So already found themselves with a map on the board. Good stuff from them.
Yeah, meeting Alaska with that banana aggression, taking the numbers in their favor very early. It looked like Alaska were going to slip the net and pin to that B site. Tree activating from the car, taking down 2 players. But a very solid hold there, a decent hold there from Devi, and Dexy closing it out in the 1 versus 2.
I like that, though, the 4-person banana aggression at the start of the round to try and pick off those early tees. Didn't work out in their favour because they found themselves having to go back into the site and just reset the round. And Belfast Storm, it helps them get that first one on the board here. See what their economy's like here. A couple of MP9s and a FAMAS for Nem. Maybe looking to take that towards the... Oh, no, never mind. Just as I say that, Caster's Curse, he decided, you know what, we'll go all 5 MP9s for the boys.
Yeah, look, to build up a bit of a bank with these SMGs, but the 2 Galils may prove deadly at range. Alaska, the bomb plant does facilitate this by somewhat lacking on utility, but the sheer firepower that this roster has potential to deliver could prove to be enough.
Alaska sneaking their way up towards the B site. A big flash from Belfast Storm to try and take position. Vacancy decided, you know what, let's go for it. Doesn't pay off for him. Big nade coming out from Belfast Storm. And Giraffe going to answer straight back as well. Giraffe with the 2K with the Mac Daddy. This site is theirs.
Yeah, ticked very low by the molly, but getting into the site with his life. The 360 catching out, stop it on the lurk. Devi, 1 versus 4. It was the hero of the previous one in the 1 versus 2. He'd need to do 2 better on this occasion, and that smoke locking him out of the site. I think he has to try and call the save here, but he is going to be hunted down by this A flank.
Yep, a couple of players waiting for it now. Extinct and Tree looking to just try and find this last player. Devi takes him down though. He's not done. What about Tree? Able to find him. And that is Alaska now, equalizing.
Yes, instant reply there from Alaska with the force.
You find yourself playing Inferno much in the pugs? Or are you more of an Insta-ban guy like me?
No, I think Dust 2 is my Insta, to be perfectly honest. It used to be Vertigo, but now that's gone. I'm quite a big fan of Train, so I've worked that into my boys' map pool a little bit.
Interesting stuff. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a full-on aim, no-brain kind of player, so always like to leave Dust 2 in there if I have to. And yeah. Devi, though, charging up towards the middle position. Finds one and another through the smoke as well from Dexy. Finui and Devi just left alive now to try and finish this off. And Alaska, they hold off the crunch from the CTs, and they find themselves now with the second round. What on earth was that push from Belfast Storm?
Yeah, the aggressive force buy coming in from Belfast, trying to catch Alaska off guard, take a couple of weapons away maybe, but the kills all going in the favour of the T side on that occasion. Not quite working out, and now they will be down 2 pistols alone, USPs. No, yeah, I think Alaska will have the chance to take 3 here.
100%. They need to try and see where these T's are going, maybe stack towards the correct site. Inferno, historically, always a map that favours heavy rotations, because we know just how difficult it can be to retake some of these sites if you're a CT.
Yeah, indeed. Usually once the bomb goes down, the round could almost be decided unless the numbers are heavily in your favor, and the CT is falling very heavily in mid. Brackets control being taken by Alaska. It is only Nem the sole defender, but him going down. Finwee, B-side all alone, taken down. 5 alive for Alaska. Very comfortable anti-eco there. But Belfast Storm able to bring out the guns here. First proper rifle round of the game. And we do see Dexy purchasing into that big green.
Wonder where he's going to try and swing that thing around on this map. There's some nice angles you can get towards mid with it, or maybe go for the classic Guardian flick into the apps apartment. We'll have to wait and see where he goes with this.
Yeah, glass cannon, he is very susceptible to utility, so maybe playing a bit more passive could benefit him here on this, with this one. We do see Alaska grouping up towards top mid, already trying to worm their way into brackets.
360 now heading into the A apartments, looking to try and put his roots into this position on the map. Let's see what he can find for us though.
Yeah, his lurks on Nuke were massive for the side of Alaska, and he's already had a couple of them on this Inferno match. Very interesting article just dropped about him from UKCS, and I haven't had the chance to read it yet, but I will be getting you to it after this. Artist opening the B bomb site onto Nem, and Finwee falling as well. B site empty, and 3. Ooh. That lurk double kill.
Damn, lined up like a Christmas tree for him. Good damn. What a nice little 1-2 from him.
Yeah, and Dexy's AWP not going to have any impact in this round whatsoever. Might not even be allowed to save it with vacancy on the hunt.
I'm gonna throw a curveball at your wing. You ready for this? What is your favourite tree? If you had to pick one of the many different varieties of forestry we have out there, what would be your favourite?
I like a cherry blossom. I'm a man who likes the
Sakura tree.
I like the vibrant colours. I'm going to be brutally honest. You see some of the stuff I wear, the very bright colours. It's very me, and I think that tree works quite well.
You vibe with a Sakura tree. I like that. I like that too.
Yeah,
especially when they blossom all that time out in Japan. Some beautiful stuff. Once in a lifetime scenery.
I'd love to be able to go to Japan at some point. It's on my bucket list for sure. I've just ticked one off with Epic Land, so time to get another one.
Exactly. Go from Sakura Blossom all the way to Epic Land 44. Both marvels to behold.
The wonders of the world, we could say. It's just pistols here for Belfast Storm. Looking to try and take apps control away from the T's. Devi does get the opening onto Extinct. That is a rifle falling. And aggression coming out here from Stop It, but Tree is ready for it, catching out the T. Is he ready for another one? Yes, he is. Another double kill for Tree, going massive in this map. 11-1 currently.
Tree as well with 11 kills on this T side. He's looking to make himself the branch manager, the very top dog in today's game. And Vacancy going to find himself traded by them as well going into this one. Tree and Artist just now need to recover the bomb and get themselves this site.
Yeah, 2 versus 2 against the pistol. The spams through the smoke are taking the T's quite low. But the bomb now going down. No kit for the CTs. They do have to play kind of quickly. Whereas this bomb timer could get away from them a little bit. Artist tucking in behind the pillar, and Tree supporting from Banana. The Molotov locking the CTs out. Whittling this timer down as much as possible. Retake now coming in, but they're not connecting the shots. Artist taken low, but not low enough. Nem. Go for a hero play. Just accepting his face at that point. Alaska are up to 5.
Them just knife out. You know what, guys? I'm a head out. Just offers himself up for Alaska.
Just get this round over with, please.
Yeah, move on to the next one. Dexy, though, able to get the AWP again. Finui, I'm seeing a lack of fragging here, buddy. You're on 0-6. It's your time to shine. See what you've got for us heading into round number 7.
Yeah, very quiet Ancient from Finui. He stepped it up quite a bit on Nuke. However, unfortunately, the rest of the team, find frags very hard to come by on that map. current 0-6 start here, looking to improve his CT side somewhat. Alaska may give him the opportunity. Heavy towards the B site. Finley does finally get himself on the board with the smoke spam.
Welcome to the game. Finui gets his first kill on the board, and lots of utility coming up from the T side. Molotov towards second oranges, and a CT smoke to try and force a rotation out from Belfast Storm.
Yeah,
They've
but
changed their mind on
it's
this
not
one.
come. Belfast still with 3 players towards this A side of the map, and the mid crawl coming out here from Alaska. They might not be expecting the 3 players on this site.
Stop it, got himself very much lurching into the A site along with Devi. And it's Dexy with the long angle towards Archers. But there's a smoke in the way, so he's not going to see what's going on. The nade perfectly lines up to give Extinct his death. And now 360 on the lurk, needs to try and find a way out of this smoke. But there's still 2 players on this bomb site ready and waiting for them. It's going to be a tough one, but what can they do to try and bring themselves back into this round?
It's going to be a tough one to crack open. 2 players watching, every angle being watched here, essentially. So Alaska, very limited options, and Stop It taking down Tree. It is now just Giraffe on the AWP, felled by Devi. Belfast Storm 5 alive, getting their second CT-sided round, potentially trying to build back into this game. But Alaska, Bank of England at this point, so much money on every single player. They got all the bells and whistles for this round coming up.
Cool, blimey, they do seem to have a fair bit of dosh on them, as they would say. I wonder what they're going to be spending it on. Maybe doing a bit of spend it like Beckham. Who knows?
I see. Yeah. Okay. Sure. there's a couple of the ones you've done that have broken me today. So
that's my goal, man. If I can get you to laugh a little bit on today's desk, we're all having a bit of fun. That's what Epic Land's all about here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean that and the prize pool and potential for VRS points, which Alaska could very well use to climb up the rankings a little bit more, get some more major, well, not major, but big tournament invites. And Artist opening it up onto Finway. Nem does get one back, but is instantly traded.
Look at this push though from Artist. He has found himself all the way into the deep CT angle.
There's nothing Belfast can do here. They have to save.
No, they're going to have to throw it in the towel. Another convincing take from Alaska. They are liking this B push aggression as well. Lovely stuff from them to try and retain their lead and put Belfast Storm on the back foot. Next up, we're going to see Giraffe just heading out towards mid, trying to see if he can snatch away that orb from Dexy. Dexy able to find Extinct though. Giraffe able to trade out, and that AWP is going to get stolen away.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, Belfast do have the ability to buy back into this one. They need to start getting this CT side rolling.
I think they need to learn some lessons from the previous game. Maybe time for a timeout?
Yeah, they weren't too effective for them on Nuke, unfortunately, but I think with what's at stake here, a place in the upper bracket final. Otherwise, you've got to run the gauntlet in the lower bracket against very strong teams down there, so
yeah,
no
we
guarantee
saw
of the
Viperio
final.
Academy doing some work as well. They'll be there ready and waiting for them. Well, Nem with the angles through the smoke. Blink and you miss it. Vacancy gets taken down. And now, Belfast Storm find themselves with the advantage going into this one.
Yeah, and Tree already aggressed up towards the balcony. He's been so effective on these lurks, consistently getting at least one, basically every round. 12 and 3 currently.
Nice bit of util coming out from Artist. The man's IGLing prowess being on full display here. Extinct, head on a swivel, finds 2 kills going into this bomb site. It's all theirs, and Belfast Storm, they find themselves scratching their heads. How's it happened again? we do not have the bomb site, and Alaska looking to get themselves their 7th round. At this point, if I'm Belfast Storm, I'm thinking to myself, right, it's definitely time for a timeout. You know, have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Yeah, something needs to change with this Belfast Storm defense. Alaska are just toying with them at this point, making it look so easy. And the addition of Tree has been absolutely instrumental. I said he was growing into this game as a pun, but he absolutely has. He stepped up massively on Nuke and has gone on leaps and bounds even further on Inferno. And them not expecting Artist in the cubby towards B and doubling up for himself there. Belfast Storm, nothing saved over into the next, and this game is getting away from them.
What a bit of BM from Artist, a bit of psychological warfare. We love a bit of that. Get into the minds of your opponents. Make them question what the hell are they doing here.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Belfast may be asking that of themselves at the moment. 7-2, they really need to step up. Dexy choosing to glass cannon that AWP. We do see an Alligator XM coming out for Finui.
We like a bit of this though, a bit of the banter cannon from Finui. He's decided, you know what lads, I'm taking things into my own hands. Let's get into the apartments and get in aggressive, see what he can find.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be mollied out of the sandbags, pushing up towards the half wall. If Artist doesn't check this, it could be curtains for him. There we go, the XM ringing out with a double kill at the top of Banana.
Whoa.
And Alaska backing away in fear. But with Nem falling, it is only going to be Finway towards this B side of the map, and Extinct, the little boost being deployed, taking advantage. And it's drawn a rotation from Belfast, whereas Alaska are coming back towards this A site. It's only Dexy inside library. That's the only defense for this site. How long before Belfast Storm realise it's not going to be this B hit?
Playing very passive towards B now, rotating another player towards A. They've made the right call, and now it's Alaska to try and defend this site. But they're going to find it very uncontested unless Stop It can get himself into
He could be
position.
caught out here, but Dexy's off with the cover, takes down Vacancy. Tree does reply with a double kill though. Swift one tap onto Dexy, and Devi. This is doable. There's low HP on both players, but Tree, another 3K for him. 15-3. He is absolutely dominating this map right now. And it's not just him. Artist 10-3 as well.
Yeah, Tree definitely making a name for himself on this map. He's been cooking in the kitchen, turning his opposition into charcoal, trying to get himself really, really known today. Wow, amazing stuff from him. And Belfast Storm, at this point, I'm still thinking timeout. That's all that's in my mind right now. You need to try and stop Alaska from running away with this game. Now, big banana push from Alaska now. Finui with the XM once again, looking to mimic his plays from earlier. Finds the first onto Giraffe. He gets traded. And Dexy swinging in with a pistol, not able to find him. And now it's just Nem left alive on this site. He has a Deagle and a Dream.
And now they know where he is. They're going to instantly rotate towards that A side of the map. I say that, it is now eventually coming in.
Artist looking for a bit of mischievous playing, picking up the XN, a bit of insult to injury, you might say. But maybe not going to find him on this occasion. Woo! Nem takes his head clean off. He's like, you know what? You're going to pull out the XM. I'm not going to take that. And another one from Nem! Jesus
That
Christ!
is a ludicrous shot, and Tree does eventually put him down, but Nem, that was ludicrous.
Nem not going down without a fight. What a flick that was. Whew. I need to take a moment for that one. Goodness.
I've lost my breath after that shot. That was lovely.
Oh, a bit more of that, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this. Bada bing, bada boom. Takes his head clean off.
You don't need that AK, my friend.
No.
You didn't need it. The
No,
Deagle's
just
all
keep
you
the
need.
Deagle. It's working for you.
He's going to want a clip of that one. Just maybe blur out the scoreline at the top.
Yeah, maybe get that in the nephew best clips from Epic Land video.
Yeah, Finley once again with this XM. It has been working out for him, but tucked into the sandbags. Vacancy eventually peppers him down with a headshot. There's still 2 players to defend this B site. As ever, Tree just playing inside apartments, waiting for the perfect opportune moment to activate. Extinct does pick up Dexy in mid. And they're beginning to rotate off this B site, our Belfast Storm. Try and bolster the A defense.
Yep, they have put all of their eggs into the A basket. Not a single player on that B site. Belfast Storm looking to try and gamble their positioning. I don't think it's going to pay off for them because Alaska, they're having a sniff towards B now, and there's going to be no one there waiting for them.
No, A execute coming in should cement the idea in Belfast's mind that it will be the A hit, but the only player that's going to be there is Tree. And I mean, if it is anyone who's going to get those 3 kills, it will be Tree, but this time going down with nothing. Devi does finally best him, put pay to the terror that he has caused towards that A side of the map, but on going down in the last round, you have to go for this.
Always the caster's curse, man. Tree sitting with 17 kills. You know he's good for a couple. As soon as you try and call it out, he goes straight down. Always the way, man. Happens to the best of us. And Alaska.
Yeah, Devi stepping into the Molotov. I think the tilt's setting in for Belfast Storm. They know what's coming to them. Stop it does get 1 and 2, but turn 3.
Hang on a minute.
Potentially overextending a little bit there were Alaska, but Artist able to close it out, and I don't think there would have been time for the defuse anyway. Same scoreline we had at this point on Nuke as well. It's looking really rough for Belfast Storm.
We've seen some good flushes out of Nem with the Deagle plays and Stop It with a nice little 1-2 towards there, but it's not about the individuals. If you want to try and win this game, you need to try and work as a team to stop the beast that is Alaska.
Yeah. Obviously losing their first map of EPIC earlier in this series, but since then they have been absolutely dominant. Normal service has resumed here at EPIC44. Belfast playing it very slow on this T side already.
Possibly some nerves kicking in for Belfast if they're this hard down on the map, but we'll see them heading towards a very stacked A site. It could be a trap if they don't find themselves with the opening pick. Devi finds the first though, and Devi again. Devi with 3. What's going on here? Giraffe answers right back as well with 3. What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Just Nem and Finui left to try and take this site. Wow. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, Giraffe, the hero triple kill, but it might not be enough. Extinct in a 1 versus 2. No kit on his person. I believe it was dropped towards short. Finui, I think he sees ahead. And he does definitely see him now. Shots peppering down Extinct. Belfast, an absolute must-win round, does go their way, but they will need a lot more of that to come if they want to have a hope of getting into the upper bracket final.
Goodness me, Belfast Storm answering right back with some lovely kills there. A triple to bolster your way into that site and just stomp them over. And again as well, Giraffe, he had 3 of his own defending. We're really seeing some star plays coming out of these players.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's Counter-Strike that takes more than individual brilliance to win a map at the highest levels. And unfortunately for Belfast Storm, Alaska have just been such a well-oiled team today. Artist with the swag inside the apartment. Stop does manage to escape with his life. Only a little bit of tag damage done to him.
Love to see Artist get a couple of kills with this Mag 7. You know, back in the day, there was a cool old name that went around in the Tier 1 scene. It used to be known as the Bank of Fnatic because players like JW and Flusher and Crims, they loved using Mag 7s, especially on those tight corners like on Cobblestone and on Inferno like we're seeing here.
Yeah, you used to see a Mag 7 so much, especially in the drop room of Cobble. But this usage has fallen off slightly, but we do like to see it every now and then. Anyway, Belfast Storm cleaning up their way into this B site. And Artist potentially trying to farm himself up some money to purchase an AWP into the next. But if Belfast don't overextend, he might not get the opportunity.
Belfast Storm in a comfortable position in this round.
Yeah, Finui, the shotgun master, gets bested by 1 on this occasion.
Nice little bit of retaliation from Artist from what Fanui's been doing. And stop it now. Sneaking their way outside of the map. Don't want to get themselves blown up. Devi's still picking fights. He's not done.
Yeah, Devi just trying to go down with it, make sure nothing can happen. Artist, no time on the bomb. Maybe just try and hunt for a kill, but not going to be presented with an opportunity. Going down to Nem. Belfast. I don't want to use the word comeback yet because it's still such a long way to go. But 2 rounds in a row to start your T side. Is there hope?
There is now a gun round for Alaska. This is going to be where they potentially stick in their oar and nip this match in the bud. So it will be this round and this round alone that determines if the comeback is real or if it's GG for Belfast Storm.
Yeah, and that extra $1,800 from Artist with the Mag 7 kills does allow the purchase of an AWP that he puts to work immediately, taking down Dexy, diving into the underpass.
Artist painting a pretty clear picture of what he wants his outcome to be on this map. Starts us off with the AWP, wielding his paintbrush of choice.
Yeah, and Belfast Storm slowing it right down. They do look like they are grouping up towards to try and take towards B to try and take away banana control, but forfeiting the rest of the map entirely. If Alaska were feeling confident and aggressing, they might be able to bolster this B site a little bit more with the information gained. Defensive util deployed by Vacancy to try and keep this rush from Belfast at bay, and Giraffe chiming in from the back of the fountain with a triple kill. Fanui does get 1, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Alaska could be moving up to 11 here. Extinct putting Fanui out of his misery. 11-4. I mean, this scoreline does have a bit of a reputation, particularly within CSGO, but
Yeah, the 11-4 scoreline.
We've
seen some interesting things happen at this point in the game.
The
Yes.
Zonix law, but the way that this game has gone so far, I don't think today is going to be one of those days. I think Alaska just looks so composed throughout the entire series, with the exception of that. Well, I would say the entire series, the exception of that ancient game, but since then, it's been all of them.
Looking very, very tough for Belfast Storm. The weapons not looking into their favour. Playing a slow start to this to get us underway. Trying to march their way up towards mid. And no trades or kills happening at this time. Artist, though, wait for the kill. Misses the shot. Has to fall back. And now these Ts are floating their way onto the A site. It is Extinct to hold us off. I'm not able to do it though. Trade's going back and forth either way. Tree finds one, but not going to do it. And Vacancy as well coming out of nowhere. Just stop it, left with 2 HP. It's not going to happen, and Alaska find themselves on match and map point.
Desperation Force not working out. You are coming into this potentially final round of the game with nothing to work with. Tech 9s all around from the looks of things. We do see Fanui with a slightly better weapon in the Mac 10. Stop it as well, purchasing himself 1, but so little utility on such a strategically heavy map like Inferno.
You are going to need a seismic shift in the tectonic plates if you're Belfast Storm. You have a fully armed and fully ready Alaska side with all their util to stop any sort of fast rush you want to take. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Belfast Storm heading up towards Banana. The trades, though, going the way of Belfast Storm, and they find themselves with the B bomb site. 3v3 and some guns picked up for them. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance.
Maybe there is a chance. Extinct with the utility in hand was not able to capitalize on seeing the player cross towards the coffins. 3 versus 3 on this retake, but still the Tech 9 only on them. Devi has the rifle, will probably need to be the hero. Fanui looking like he wants to go hunting. Extinct not overlooking him. Tree is the one to take it down for Nui. And as soon as Devi's rifle falls, it's all on them, and I don't think it's going to be enough. The smoke on the bomb for good measure. Artist CZ is the final nail in the coffin. GG. Alaska 13-4 victors. Moving on to the upper bracket final and sending Belfast Storm down to the lower bracket meat grinder.
Goodness me, what a back and forth affair we had. First we had Ancient going the way of Belfast Storm, and then Alaska answering right back with Nuke, and then more aggression and domination from Alaska to finish us off in this best of 3. They showed us a bit of hesitancy, a bit of weakness, but this is the Alaska we know that can go all the way to potentially win their 3rd EPIC championship in a row.
Yeah, they're number 1 seeds for a reason. They have cemented themselves as the favourites today. Belfast Storm, one of the teams that you would say they have the potential to beat Alaska. But these past 2 maps have been absolute domination. I don't think there's anyone who can stop this Alaska side. I'd like to be proven wrong. I'd like a proper competitive series, especially in the final. But Alaska look leaps and bounds ahead of every other team right now.
100%. And you know what I'd be thinking as well? If I'm a team owner or an org owner, Alaska is still an open team ready for the taking. So maybe get in their DMs if you want to find yourselves a very good, very established team in your arsenal. But that's going to be it for today's games, ladies and gentlemen. That is
that's going to be it for us today. We do have more games coming up.
That is the end of the upper bracket
actually,
semi-final.
you'll be on later, won't you?
Yeah, I've got a little 9 o'clock game to finish.
You lovely people are going to be blessed with more Tyler.
100%, man. So from us, I have been Tyler. He's been One Wing. It's been a pleasure to cast for you this afternoon. Thank you very much, and we'll be heading now to a commercial break. But don't you go anywhere. There's more Counter-Strike action on the way.